If you were the general manager of the Chiefs this morning, how do you wake up feeling?
I'm ecstatic. I have the best player in our sport for the next 12 years. That's unbelievable. And Greeny, again, this was a perfect storm. When you think about his ability, he only has 8 losses over 2 years, and he's a champion. He won't be 25 until September. His character is absolutely impeccable, and his game fits the modern NFL. He can make all the throws. He has great mobility, and as our sport continues to evolve, Patrick Mahomes is the perfect player. So it all lines up. Every box is checked. And if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, the foundation of my franchise is solidified for the next 12 years.
And it was a deal that was described, you just heard it, by Adam Schefter and many others as being team-friendly in a lot of ways. Dan Orlovsky, we've not yet had you comment on this morning. What was your reaction, not to the fact that he's now the highest paid, which we all anticipated, but the specifics of the deal that he signs?
I mean, it's great for both parties. I honestly believe that his goal is to go chase down Tom Brady, New England Patriots. I get that sense from Patrick Mahomes that he knows how great he is. He knows that he's going to continue to play at a remarkable level. And now it has become so much bigger than I want to have great seasons, or I want to throw for a ton of touchdowns, or have a ton of fun. It is legacy chasing. I really believe that he grasps this early, that I've got great ownership. I have an outstanding general manager and a big-time head coach. And I could be part of something really, really special that people will talk about for a long time. I think this is about the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. I really do. And so I'm not surprised that this deal got done. This is what it looks like when your team knows how good you are, when your organization knows how good you are. And to answer the question that you asked, Brett Veach, do you remember the day after the national championship when Marcus Spears and Ryan Clark were sitting there, relaxed back with the cigars in their mouth because they knew how good they had it in that moment? That's how I think that Brett Veach thinks about right now. Or that's how he feels. He gets to sit back every day, smoke a cigar, and goes, I am going to be in the 2 or 3 most favorite teams to win the Super Bowl for the next dozen years. I mean, think about that. For the next dozen years, he now knows that he will be one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl strictly because he has the best player on the planet. And for every NFL team that wants to go chase the next Patrick Mahomes or find the next Patrick Mahomes, I would caution them. Make sure you go find the next Hunt family, Brett Veach at general manager, and head coach Andy Reid as well. Because as great as Mahomes is, it is so much. Greatness is a group effort in the NFL, and right now the Chiefs have the best group effort in the whole league.
Yeah, in so many ways, this was the perfect storm that came together around the perfect player. So Tim Hasselbeck, all of us who watch football every week, we see the spectacular sidearm throws and all the things that he does that jump off the screen. But through a quarterback's eyes, what makes him the best quarterback in the sport to you?
Well, I mean, I do think that, the supporting cast helps, as Dan talked about, ownership and coaching. I mean, think about it. Andy Reid has had success with just about every quarterback he's ever had, and this is the most talented one. And so that brings me to what sticks out is his talent. I mean, I think when you look at the things he does, most quarterbacks would look at it and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just did that. And it happens over and over again. And, I was talking to Hembo yesterday, basically brought up the point about when I was in the league and Brett Favre was making throws, like other quarterbacks would reach out to each other and say, can you believe that throw Brett made against the Bears? Like, I can't believe he did that. I was ridiculous. And now when you watch Mahomes, it's the same thing, but the volume of the plays that are just absurd are so much more. I mean, the things that he does are things that other guys that are really, really talented can't do. And so I think for me, that's why it's so easy to identify how talented he really is.
Desmond, you played with Favre. I'm interested to hear this. As you watch Mahomes, what do you see? And I'm curious also, if you played with Mahomes, how many touchdowns do you think you would score?
Yeah. Interesting you brought up Brett Favre, because that play a couple of segments ago when he ran into Jimmy Ward and sacrificed his body for the first down in the Super Bowl, and then he got up and started looking at Jimmy Ward. It reminded me of Brett Favre. Brett Favre played the quarterback position with the linebacker's mentality. He was a guy who set the tone. Of course, he had tremendous arm talent, but it was his mentality. The way he approached the quarterback position is what made all of his teammates fall in love with him. Offensive players, defensive players, and special teams. And that's exactly what I see from Patrick Mahomes. He plays with a lot of moxie, but he has a lot of fun out there too. We talked about the sidearm throws. Sometimes he'll throw the ball with his left hand. He's a guy who plays with his heart, and players, they respond to that, and they'll do anything from him. Similar to how Brett Favre played, and kind of like what you see when you see Tom Brady. So it's really funny you made that comparison, because that's the first thing I thought about when I looked at that play and he ran over Jimmy Ward to get that first down, 3rd and 11 in the Super Bowl, was Brett Favre.